Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish Nations. And today I am sharing my budget plan for February 2021. As I mentioned in my reconciliation for January, but I don't know what order these videos will come out in. So anyway, I have had to already make some pretty big adjustments to my budget. Now, I usually use this budget spreadsheet here, this yearly budget spreadsheet, just to kind of lay out my year and like think about my goals. Normally I would just put all of my fixed bills in and see what numbers I had left over and what I could do with those goals. I showed you guys that in December, and I've already done that, but I've gone ahead and readjusted for two kind of big things. One, as I feel like I mentioned in every video, vet bills. So basically, if you go down to my sinking funds, I'm just going to show you this really quick. I don't know if it will be easy to follow, and it's not that important to follow, but just to say that the cool thing about having a budget is that when I realize it's not working, I can go back and I can tinker. And sometimes I do that just on the move, just in my brain, but sometimes I go back to the spreadsheet and I have changed a few things. So one, I realized that actually my year starts in February because I'm a month ahead in budget. And so of course I could have just put the correct number in there, but since I'd already done all the numbers, I just changed the months. But yeah, so I'm a month ahead. So I spend in February what I made in January. Does that make sense? So I'll know to do that for next year correctly. Two, I had sort of spread all of my goals across all of the months, but now I've gone ahead and as you can see, I have really front loaded the cat stuff. And so these numbers will go down throughout the year, and some of these numbers will go up. So yeah, I just kind of played with the numbers and I just tried to keep up here all zero. And that just gives me a really good guide for what to do in my every dollar, which is my month-to-month situation. So yeah, so cat stuff. And then the other thing that came up is groceries. So I do a CSA. I did that last year, and I also got meat from a farm in bulk. And both of those things were really cool, but they ended up being money that I spent in addition to my regular grocery budget, which is typically about $300 a month or $3,600 a year. Now, I go back and forth. Sometimes I include, shampoo or lotion or that kind of thing in groceries and toothpaste. And like sometimes I don't. But anyway, it doesn't really matter what it covers. I just know that that's my number, 300 or 3,600. So because my CSA is due in January, I think a lot of CSAs are a little bit early this year because they're in such demand with just the weird time we're in. It was $600, and I went ahead and I put it all in February, and I put a little extra so I could buy groceries. And I also stayed under budget in January, so I have a little extra that way too. It's still going to be a low budget grocery month in February, but that's okay. But anyway, as you can see, I've adjusted these numbers so they still equal 3,600. That's just the point. The point is that my CSA will be part of my grocery budget instead of on top of it this year. So yeah, I would call that a win. I didn't totally think about it beforehand and I wasn't totally prepared for it, but I managed to make it work, and so I'm very happy with that. So now let's look at February. I'm planning to bring in 3,500. I actually brought in just a little more, but y'all know I like to budget with that even number, and that also just gives me a little cushion at the end. Hopefully that cushion will all go towards goals at the end of this month, but we shall see. I'm going to be doing my usual 5% of my base pay, $150 for sharing my income, 2% to art is $60. It is my birthday this month, so I doubt I will have any trouble finding an independent artist to support. And I'm sure I will be doing it selfishly this year or this month. For savings, I don't have much going on. I am a little behind on my emergency fund because I had to use it in a little bit of it in January, but that is okay. My investments will be my regular 500 toward my Roth. That's after tax. I do have investments that come out. I invest about $1,000 or more every month between my pension, my 457B, and my Roth. My housing stuff is all the same as usual. Groceries, so it's 700. So after I take that 600, I'm gonna have 188 to spend. So it's gonna be another challenging month. I am thinking that I might do a like grocery budget challenge because I will be literally challenging myself to spend very little money. But I think I still have plenty of protein in my freezer. So I'm gonna mostly be focusing on fresh veggies and that kind of thing. Restaurants, I'm keeping at 100. Yeah, I'm not changing much else up. Kittles in this category, I'm gonna do 125, which should cover food and litter and maybe a few treats, or like the like pill pockets, and I get them the little wet packets that I mix their medicine in with. And then gas, I'm keeping at 60. It was a little low in January, so I'm going to just keep it that way for February, but we will see. I may need to bring that up to my pre-pandemic number, which was 100. I'm going to give myself $100 of fun money. If I save some of it, cool, but if not, that's also cool because it is my birthday month. And yeah, insurance and tax, same as always. Because of covering my CSA, I don't have a ton of extra money to put into my sinking funds. For gifts, I know my niece's birthday is coming up, and we've been doing a thing where I put money towards her Roth, and she's turning 18, so hopefully we'll be opening her Roth. And I mean, by we, I mean she will, but I'd like to think I was inspiration for it. And basically the bulk of what I've left over, it's not much, 143.40, but that's going to go towards cats. In March, I will have 2 paychecks that include adjunct teaching, and a big bulk of that is going to go towards this cat fund. So I'm hoping that will get us ahead. But we'll see. I do need to replace some medications. I do 2 weeks at a time into like a pill container, and I know I'm low on a few, but they're not the more expensive ones, I don't think. So hopefully in February we're going to be able to get kind of ahead of the game in that department. All right, well, that is my month. Let me know what you're planning for February. If you aren't already and you enjoy this kind of content, I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you've subscribed, and if you enjoy this video, I would love it if you would like it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.